The United States didn't win World War II with a single wonder weapon. It won by building machines at a scale the world had never seen before. From light tanks to heavy armor, from jeeps and trucks to motorcycles and recovery vehicles, American industry turned mobility into a weapon. This is the complete story of every major U.S. military vehicle used in World War II. So we begin with tanks. America's first widely used light tank was the M2 light tank, a pre-war design that never saw major combat overseas but shaped what came next. And that successor was the M3 Stuart, the most produced light tank of the war. Fast and cheap to build, it cost roughly $44,000 per unit, and over 22,000 were produced. An improved version, the M5 Stuart, refined armor layout and reliability while keeping role the same. It became a favorite in jungle warfare, where mobility mattered more than firepower. America's early medium tanks began with the M3 Lee and M3 Grant. These were stopgap designs, mounting a 75mm gun in the hull and a smaller gun in the turret. They looked awkward, but they worked. Each cost around $45,000 to $50,000, and nearly 6,300 were built. That better tank was the M4 Sherman, the most important American vehicle of the war. Over 49,000 Shermans were produced at an average cost of about $33,000 per unit, making it cheap and easy to repair. Variants like the M4A1, M4A2, M4A3, and M4A3E8 Easy Eight served on every front. The Sherman's real strength was logistics. When one was knocked out, another was always nearby. For heavier fighting, the U.S. fielded the M26 Pershing late in the war. Armed with a 90mm gun, it was designed specifically to counter German Panthers and Tigers. Only about 2,200 were built, at a cost closer to $83,000 each, and it arrived too late to change the war, but it defined post-war American tank design. Tank destroyers played a unique role in U.S. doctrine. The M10 Wolverine, built on a Sherman chassis, mounted a powerful 3-inch gun in an open turret. Over 6,700 were produced, costing around $47,000 per unit. It was followed by the M18 Hellcat, the fastest armored vehicle of the war, capable of speeds over 50 miles per hour. It was lightweight and deadly. The Hellcat cost about $57,000, with 2,500 built in total number. The M36 Jackson, armed with a 90mm gun, finally gave U.S. forces reliable long-range firepower against heavy German tanks. Self-propelled artillery was another American strength. The M7 Priest, mounting a 105mm howitzer on a tank chassis, became one of the most successful artillery vehicles of the war. Over 4,300 were built, each costing roughly $50,000. Heavier firepower came from vehicles like the M12 Gun Motor Carriage, and later the M40, designed for smashing fortified positions. Armored cars gave U.S. forces eyes and speed. The M8 Greyhound was the most famous, fast and lightly armored, used extensively in Europe. Around 8,500 were produced at a cost of about $22,000 each. Then there were the vehicles that truly defined American mobility. The Willys MB Jeep was not just a vehicle, it was a symbol. Costing around $750 to $800 per unit, over 640,000 Jeeps were built. Variants included radio Jeeps, ambulance Jeeps, and even airborne versions dropped by parachute. Trucks formed the backbone of American logistics. The GMC CCKW, with a 2.5-ton capacity, was everywhere. More than 560,000 were produced, each costing roughly